I feel like I lost some brain cells with this situation. Like, no lie. Um, Number one, for me, it goes to the vetting process. When you picking a woman, you should pick a woman that has the same ideologies as you, who has the same outlook on life as you, who has the same um, long term goals and what you guys are trying to accomplish. Any woman, grown woman, wife, mother, kids, no kids, should be of influence to her society and to her family. She shouldn't be easily influenced by social media and other things going on. So the fact that he picks someone that he feels like he has to babysit on what she's taking in mentally um, on social media is just idiotic to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. Any man that's leading his life, his own life, his family's life, should not be spending time scrolling through social media looking to who his girlfriend, his fiance, and his wife is following and what she's studying and what she's doing. That should be the last and least of his worries. I'm so confused because this seems so petty and small minded. um your wife is going to be of influence to your children. Your girlfriend is going to be to influence of your nieces in your family, the girls in the community, young women around her, whether married, single, dating, whatever. You should be, as a man, you should be looking for a woman who is not easily influenced even outside of social media. So the conversation to me is absolutely ridiculous that any man would be on a podcast talking about who his girlfriend, partner, wife, whoever, who she's following, what she's taking in. That should be the last of your worries because you got the world to worry about. So how the hell you end up with some woman that you worried about what man like it's such a petty conversation to me, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, like, it's absolutely crazy. It's crazy to me, and
Yeah,
Imma land it there.
it's crazy, and we didn't take an account of. I think it was a. I don't want to go to extreme to say disrespect, but somewhere close to that for a man to question how decisions in engagement between him and this woman and what she should do and what she agreed for me to do. Like if a man, I'm chilling with a whole bunch of brothers and they say, well, yeah, I told my girl to unfollow you because I didn't want her to follow you. I'm not gonna sit here and question, man, and say, "Oh, why?" I'm like, "Okay, then that's your woman. I got my woman. We do our things. Maybe it's something internal. Unless you wanted to invite that information to me, I'm not gonna sit here and be I'm not gonna interrogate you on the decisions that was made that she had already agreed to because it's really none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he probably got millions of freaking followers. Losing that one follower is not gonna hurt the dude. But this thing about who you should pick, uh, picking somebody who's already like on the same principle ideology. I don't really tell the guys I talk to do that because then they're gonna limit their options on who they can get. Because if you just focus on a woman who's submissive and cooperative, then anything that she believes in or anything that she follows, she's willing to adjust those things for you as a submissive mate and a suitable wife. So you don't necessarily have to be, she don't necessarily have to check all the boxes. Boxes. There's some things that are gonna be that you're gonna want her to check, but for the most part, her believing in a certain way or a principle or stuff, those things can be adjusted and changed given that the man is able to articulate why and put some context behind why she should follow this way. Now, hey, look, I want to marry. I just want to make sure we're equally yoked. So when we get into a relationship, we're good. I get it. You've been living your life this way. Your lifestyle has been anchored down in this way to believe. But if you want to be with me, are you willing to make these adjustments? I'm willing to compensate you for them and explain to you why they should change so we can be able to fit and be compatible for each other.
Darwin, I respect that completely, and I do agree with you with that point. But at the same time, it's the same reason why men go for women who have fathers, who have relationship with their fathers. There's certain things when it comes to the foundation of the woman that you're going to pick for your life, the woman who's going to be your wife, the woman that you want to have a long-term relationship with, and the woman that you trust to be the steward of your children day in and day out. There is going to be some foundational things that woman is going to have to come with and that you're not going to have time to re-raise her to be. So I agree with you, with a woman being moldable and being submissive and being understanding to the man that she's agreeing to follow. Completely understand what point you're making with that. But at the same time, when men are vetting their lifelong partner, their lifelong wife, a person that is going to be with them, when that man is spending 12 to 16 hours a day away from home, he has to know in his heart that he trusts that woman over his family, over his children, to follow his plan, to follow his program without a shadow of a doubt. It can't be, oh, maybe I need to check in and make sure that she is okay and she's strong enough and she has the foundation that I've had, you know what I'm saying, that I've had to spend time with laying with her. You have to know that she's going to come with it and that she's adequate alone, to stand alone. Even if she become widowed, to be with your children and to carry on your legacy without you. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, but I also
Also
stand firm in that as well.
I think it also answers some other question that you had before about why these women stand in these relationships or easily manipulative. And that I think what you said about men picking women who come from the father because they don't have the ability to use discernment and right judgment to get in these relationships. But if you get the approval from the father, then he knows that he's pushing his daughter from cover to cover, and his daughter's life is in the best hands. So I think what men struggle with is picking women who they don't listen to their fathers. You know, they're in the streets, they're loose, and they want to lean in on their own understanding, and they start building their own ideology and principle. And we can all attest that most of the time that's not even aligned with what their father was trying to portray to them. So it makes it even harder for the man to come in and try to see if she's suitable for compatibility on a relationship level as far as marriage.
So let's
Well, let
take it.
me say real quick. My father has been in my life for my whole life, and he's taught me to be very independent and not need a man. Now,
You married?
hold up, let me finish because I waited. Um, Now, do I want one? Yes. Need, if I want to have children, I could, I mean, it depends, but I don't, I'm coming to the table with some things, and I don't necessarily, he's taught me so much um wisdom, and I don't need you to come in and teach me nothing. I can help you, and we could teach each other. Like, it might be some things like, okay, you might have a faster way of doing this and you might want to teach me, that's fine. But do I need you to do that? If you're my partner and I choose you, yes, that's one of my needs, right? But as an independent single woman, I'm fine. I'm not out here lost in the world. I'm
But you
not
are
lost.
alone and single.
So y'all be talking like women are lost without a man, and if she is not lost, then she won't find a man, or a man won't find her because she's not lost. Like, it's okay for a woman
Your
to have
father
her
taught
shit
you to be
together.
lonely.
Hold on, Darvin.
It's okay for a woman to have her shit together and bring something to the table, have her own ideologies, and they might be different from you, but that's in everything. Ain't no relationship gonna be perfect unless you find you a dummy and absolutely a puppet, a slave. And when you fall on hard times, it's gonna be hard for that woman to have your back and be able to find the tools because she's looking for you. She's
But
looking
who
for you
said,
to
who
guide
said
her and to
Hold on,
do
Darvin.
this. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I agree with submitting to your husband once you lay down a covenant before God on you all's mission. But these seem to be single people trying to control one another while they're screwing. I don't know if they're even married or not. And it's a lot of single people telling people, oh, you need to do this, you need to submit. Find a wife first and find out how hard it is to build that covenant, which, Casey, I'm sure you know. You had to work hard on. Y'all wasn't perfectly, you didn't know everything that he knew, and everything you knew, you grew to do that. You all were
Facts.
courting
Facts.
each other for years. So during that
Yeah.
courtship, you all had to compromise, and a man not Let's not ice each other out because, oh, you Christian, you Muslim, and you this and you that. And like you said, Darwin, a real woman gonna follow her husband and her man, so she's willing to adjust in those areas.